Thousands of foreigners see Thailand as a vibrant, low-cost paradise, a place where pleasure, freedom, and excitement seem to have no limits. But behind the neon lights, the nightlife, and the fascination this country inspires across the world, there is a far more complicated reality, especially for those living between glamour, prejudice, survival, and the constant struggle to maintain dignity. Thailand is a country filled with contradictions. Prostitution is officially illegal, yet openly tolerated. Ladyboys are admired, desired, and even celebrated as symbols of nightlife culture, while many still face discrimination, isolation, and intense pressure to survive through their appearance. At the same time, luxury hospitals attract people from around the world seeking the perfect gender transition, while low-cost underground clinics can turn that same dream into a dangerous gamble. And all of this exists in a country that sells foreigners a seductive promise, a life of comfort, luxury, and freedom for a fraction of the cost of major Western cities. That is where the real contradiction of Thailand begins. Before understanding the nightlife, the desire, and the hidden price behind this system, you first need to understand why so many people arrive here convinced they have discovered the greatest bargain on earth. Come with me and uncover this lesser-known side of Thailand. To understand why Thailand attracts millions from across the globe, you have to begin with the first thing that captivates them: money. Or more specifically, what your money becomes once you arrive. Thailand sits in the heart of Southeast Asia, surrounded by Myanmar, Laos, Cambodia, and Malaysia. But there is one historical detail that changed everything. Thailand was the only country in the region never colonized by a European power. That helped create a rare combination: modern infrastructure, preserved cultural identity, and living costs that can feel almost unreal to people coming from stronger economies. This is where the appeal for digital nomads, retirees, and expats truly begins. You earn in dollars, euros, or pounds, but spend in baht, and suddenly your purchasing power expands dramatically. What would barely afford a tiny, noisy apartment in many global cities can place you inside a luxury condominium in Thailand, complete with facial recognition entry, rooftop infinity pools, state-of-the-art gyms, and futuristic shared spaces. And it goes far beyond housing. Urban life in Thailand operates with incredible efficiency. There is a 7-Eleven on nearly every corner. Inside, you can buy hot meals for the equivalent of a few dollars, pay your bills, recharge your phone, and escape the tropical heat under powerful air conditioning. It creates a level of convenience that makes many Western cities feel outdated. Even food becomes part of the shock. In many countries, dining out is expensive and occasional. In Thailand, street food is often cheaper than cooking at home. Sitting on a small plastic stool by the roadside, you can eat dishes for a tiny amount of money that would be marketed as gourmet cuisine in major European capitals. This combination created a modern fantasy, the feeling that you can somehow beat the system, live better, spend less, buy yourself time, comfort, freedom, and flexibility. Thailand seems to offer everything many people in the West feel they have lost: lightness, mobility, convenience, and the sense that money finally stretches again. But countries that appear too cheap almost always hide another question behind the bill. Cheap for whom? And when the sun goes down, the answer slowly begins to reveal itself. The Thailand that wakes beneath temples and Buddha statues transforms after dark into something far more electric, seductive, and morally ambiguous. For many young people, the pursuit of femininity begins dangerously early. Some start taking hormones while still preteens. Birth control pills and testosterone blockers are sometimes purchased directly from pharmacies without medical supervision. The objective is simple: stop the voice from deepening, prevent the shoulders from widening, avoid a puberty that feels emotionally unbearable. But the risks are severe: hormonal imbalance, long-term physical damage, unpredictable side effects. And for many, these dangers become an acceptable price for the possibility of shaping the body before biology does. When transition progresses towards surgery, Thailand divides into two completely different worlds. On one side are Bangkok's elite medical centers, hospitals resembling luxury hotels, sophisticated suites, highly specialized surgical teams, institutions that transformed gender-affirming procedures into an international industry. Patients travel from across the world, not only because prices can be dramatically lower than in Europe or the United States, but because Thailand built a strong global reputation for technical precision. Some surgeons are viewed almost as sculptors, experts capable of performing facial feminization and highly complex procedures with extraordinary precision. This level of specialization placed Thailand at the center of the global transition market. For many of these doctors, transition is not framed as sin or deviance. It is treated as alignment, correction, reconstruction. And this massive demand eventually transformed stigma itself into a sophisticated medical export industry. But on the opposite side of that same system lies a darker reality. Low-cost clinics still exist in Bangkok, where the pursuit of beauty can become dangerously close to Russian roulette. Improvised facilities, poor infrastructure, hidden rooms operating inside discrete buildings, some without dedicated anesthesiologists. In certain cases, the surgeon administers the anesthesia personally. Patients remain semi-conscious, hearing instruments, feeling pressure, experiencing the terrifying uncertainty of a transformation that could either change their life or destroy it. And why would anyone accept those risks? Although Thailand appears modern, efficient, and cosmopolitan, it is also a society shaped by invisible rules that can confuse many foreigners. Behind the tourism and convenience exists a deeply symbolic system tied to respect, spirituality, purity, and the human body. One of the clearest examples is the hierarchy assigned to different parts of the body. For many Thai people, the head is considered sacred, associated with dignity, spirit, and the soul. The feet represent the opposite, the lowest and least pure part of the body. And this influences daily social behavior in ways many outsiders fail to notice. Touching someone's head can be deeply offensive. Pointing your feet toward another person is already disrespectful. But pointing them toward a Buddha image, sacred object, or portrait of the king can be seen as profoundly insulting. To Western eyes, these details may seem minor, yet they reveal how deeply moral symbolism is embedded into Thai culture. Even shoes carry meaning. Removing them before entering homes, temples, clinics, and certain businesses is not merely tradition. It is an important act of respect. Entering with shoes when forbidden can feel almost aggressive. Food reflects the same mix of fascination and cultural shock. Thai cuisine is built around rice, vegetables, herbs, and vibrant flavors. But night markets reveal another side entirely. Fried insects, crickets, bamboo worms, even scorpions are sold casually as everyday snacks. The surprise is not only the taste, it is realizing that what foreigners treat as an extreme tourist experience is for many locals perfectly ordinary. And perhaps no event captures Thailand's blend of chaos, spirituality, and celebration more than Songkran, the Thai New Year. For 3 days, the country transforms into one massive water fight. Monks, police officers, children, tourists, and elderly citizens all participate together in a symbolic ritual of washing away the previous year. Buckets, water guns, hoses, entire trucks spraying crowds. Everything becomes part of the celebration. It is joyful, chaotic, absurd, and deeply symbolic at the same time. But beneath all of this lies something even more important. Thailand often appears to embrace pleasure, excess, modernity, and difference, while still operating on rigid foundations of order, hierarchy, reverence, and respect. And nowhere is that contradiction more visible than in politics. To the outside world, Thailand projects stability, safety, and modern prosperity. But beneath that image remains a political structure heavily shaped by military influence and deep reverence for the monarchy. Under the current king, Maha Vajiralongkorn, these tensions have become even more visible. The contrast with his father helps explain why. Bhumibol Adulyadej spent decades viewed as a symbol of national unity and devotion. Vajiralongkorn, however, became associated with distance, luxury, and controversy. International reports and political demonstrations have highlighted his long stays in Germany, his growing control over crown assets, and a lifestyle many critics see as disconnected from ordinary Thai society. It was within this atmosphere that the massive protests of 2020 erupted. For the first time in recent Thai history, tens of thousands of young people openly challenged the monarchy in public, demanding transparency, questioning political power, calling for genuine democracy. Topics that were once untouchable suddenly entered public debate. And at the center of this tension lies Thailand's controversial lèse-majesté law. Under Section 112 of the Criminal Code, insulting or defaming the monarchy can result in prison sentences ranging from 3 to 15 years for each individual charge. Since the 2020 protests, hundreds of people have faced prosecution under these laws. Cases involving activists and lawyers such as Arnon Nampa reveal just how aggressively the system can respond to criticism. And this is what makes Thailand feel divided between two parallel realities. On one side, skyscrapers, luxury hospitals, global tourism, efficient urban life. On the other, harsh speech laws, military influence, a monarchy protected by extreme legal restrictions, and a political system where public criticism can still cost years, even decades of freedom. In the end, Thailand cannot be reduced to cheap living, street food, nightlife, or its reputation as a paradise for foreigners. All of those things are real, but they do not tell the entire story. Behind the seductive image exists a country where money, desire, spirituality, survival, beauty, and tradition are woven together in ways few societies in the world manage to sustain.